Exciting day today, exciting day today. Why do you ask? It's new headlamp day. Today I have a new headlamp from Fenix called the HM62-T. Really excited about this headlamp. It's actually marketed for trail runners, for hikers, for backpackers, basically for me. One of the things they're advertising is how lightweight it is. So we're going to unbox it, put it on the scale, see how much it weighs, and do a little compare and contrast with another headlamp I have from Fenix called the HM65R, which is the headlamp I've been using for the past couple years, which I love, but you know what? I wish it was just a little bit lighter. Is the HM62T the headlamp that I wish the HM65R was? Let's find out. Okay, so this is the box it comes in, very small, nice packaging. So I generally favor small boxes. Small boxes means you can pack more in your shipping container, so when we ship these halfway across the world, we're using less oil. It's a small thing, but every step counts, right? So we get the headlamp itself. I'm just holding it in my hand. It's got a little weight to it. This is not made of plastic. This is made of magnesium, I believe, so there's a little bit of weight in it. Now, one of the reasons why I like Fenix lights is because they're long-lasting. They're durable. I am very rough on my gear. I have so many headlamps that just don't work anymore. I don't know why, but most of them that don't work, they're made of plastic. The power was cut off to the entire city of Boulder a couple weeks ago, and we were racing around trying to get lights on to just read or just brush our teeth. And the only headlamp in the entire house that worked was my Fenix HM65R. Props to Fenix for saving the night. So along with the headlamp itself, looks like you get a little instruction booklet. We'll just throw that away. And you get a USB A to C cable. Oh, that's interesting. Wonder what that's for. Without even turning this on, there's a big difference between the headlamp I had from Fenix and this one, and it's just the band, the headband. And there's a little dial. Looks like you use it to, ooh, it makes a nice clicking sound. This is now an ASMR video. The dial is used to tighten or loosen the headband on your head. Seems to do a nominal job of doing just that. And the HM62T looks like it comes with one main LED. If you look really closely, on each side there's two red LEDs, very small red LEDs. If you're backpacking, having a red light for camping is really, really useful, just because the white LED is usually too bright and you'll just ruin your night vision or your buddy's night vision you're camping with. So it looks like we got a button on one side, doesn't work yet, and there's a lid on the other. Is open, so I guess we're going to open it. All right, cool. It's got a little tab on it. That's why I didn't turn on. And inside is another battery. And if you are not familiar, this is a 18650 battery. And a lot of the Fenix headlamps and bike lights I have use this battery. So I've invested quite a few dollars into many of these batteries. So I have one more to add to my collection. And this is one of the reasons why I love these headlamps is because you can just swap out the battery, you basically have infinite hours of usage. I'm forgetful, so before I go out for a night run, I usually have a dead headlamp. With a headlamp like this Fenix, I just put another battery in and I'm good to go. And it's also really important on my long multi-day trips where I don't have access to a power supply. I just bring a couple of these and I'm good for 4, 5, 6 days. And this battery is actually really cool because on this side you'll see that it actually has a USB port. So what you can do is actually charge this battery directly. Once you're done charging, you put it right back into the headlamp. The headlamp's good to go. So again, the scenario is if you have two of these batteries, you can be running this headlamp while the other battery is charging. Or if you're backpacking during the day, you just charge the battery and then plug it back in. And that 18650 battery has 34 milliamps of capacity, which is huge. All right, we've removed the tab. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that, it turns on, cool. So I didn't read the instructions, so I don't really know how to use this, but I bet. So clicking on the power button goes through the various settings. So there's different intensities you can run the light. Pretty simple. I wonder how we turn the red light on. Oh, there we go. So you kind of turn off and then double click. There we go. So there's my red light. I don't think it, oh, and it has a blinker too. Okay, so red light and blinker. Super cool. All right, let's turn off. And I think if you just turn it back on, press and hold, there's the white setting again. Cool. So this headlamp is rated to get to 1200 lumens, which is very, very bright. It doesn't last that long at that intensity, but 1200 lumens is pretty much as bright as I ever going to need going backpacking. One of the reasons why I like the Fenix lights is that it gets that bright. When I'm scrambling in the dark on a ridge line at 13,000 feet, you damn well know that I want to see where I'm going. If you're on like a class 1 trail, like the Colorado Trail, you probably don't need all those 1200 lumens. But of course, this has various intensities of light. So you could put this on the lowest setting and the battery capacity should last for a few nights for sure. All right, I'm pleasantly surprised so far. Let's give this a little weigh. So I'm gonna take the battery out so we can weigh the battery and the headlamp separately. Headlamp first. All right, the headlamp comes in around 73 grams. Not bad, not bad. Now the battery comes in at 51 grams. Pretty cool. Now I do have my old HM65R from Fenix right here, and we'll see if there's any difference in weight. So the HM65R that I've been using, tried and true, weighs 101 grams. All right, so that's a weight savings of around 30 grams. Not bad, not bad. Pretty stoked on that. All right, so what's the difference between the old HM65R and the new HM62-T? So as you can see on the HM65R, you have two different lenses and two different LEDs. So one has a very wide beam and one has a very focused beam that goes into the center. I don't know the design of the throw yet because I have not taken this outside. We are doing an unboxing. This is all new to me. Very exciting. I can definitely see where there's some weight savings in that. The HM65R has that really thick headband, and it also has a piece that goes on the top of your head. I took that for some weight savings, while the HM62-T has that new clicking rotary dial, which I think is a massive improvement. One of the cool things about the HM65R is that it has a USB port built in, so you can charge any rechargeable 18650 battery that you have. For the HM62-T, you're going to need those batteries that have that USB port in them to allow you to charge. So that seems like a step back, except do you know how many times that I've charged a battery on a backpacking trip using the light's USB port? Maybe once. Usually what happens is I bring 3 or 4 batteries with me and I just never get through them. So it's a compromise for sure. Like I noted, I have at least a half a dozen 18650 batteries. And now I have 2 that have USB ports built in. So another difference that you'll notice is that the new HM62-T just has a much more streamlined profile when compared to the older HM65R. So that means it's going to be a little bit more packable. It's probably also going to be a little bit more comfortable wearing because there's just less stuff on your head, not just weight but volume. So according to the box, turbo mode, which is the 1200 lumen mode, should run for 4 hours, although it will step down in light intensity during that 4 hours. On high, which is 400 lumens, it should run for 12 hours. Medium, which is 130 lumens, should run for 23 hours and 40 minutes, so a day. And on low, which is 5 lumens, it'll run for 280 hours, so over 10 days. On the red light settings, the constant on 60 hours, so 1 full Nolan's 14. And the flash should run for 120 hours or double that. And I bet there's a lock on this too. I think you just press and hold and then it'll blink. That means it'll lock. That's pretty cool. You don't have to do some like janky things like put a piece of cardboard in like where the battery contacts the end of the cap or something. So there should be like a battery indicator telling how much battery juice I've got left. I don't know where it is. Hold on, I gotta find the instruction booklet. Single click the side switch to check the battery status. Ah, there you go. So it's just red. Red light on, 50 to 20% battery charged. So we learned a lot about this headlamp today. So many thanks to Fenix for providing this HM62-T to try. And as a dyed-in-wool gram counter, I am extremely excited that this headlamp has 1200 lumens of throw power and is 30 grams lighter than my previous headlamp. It's couldn't have come at a better time. I'm basically out the door to go backpacking tomorrow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the new HM62-T with me, as well as the old HM65R, and see how they compare if I prefer one or the other. Something tells me I'm going to prefer the new one. All right, I gotta finish packing the bag, get the food together, and let's get out of here. I'll see you in Salida.